Hey, we're back, Formula Fridays, where we run down the news of the racing world from Formula 1 and MotoGP. Ferrari blames Mexico City high altitude for their bad performance at the Mexican Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz had some words. He felt the altitude and tire selection caused the drop in performance. With the high altitude of Mexico City, the air density dropped 22%. Carlos Sainz said, "Today there were probably a couple of tenths in the bag, but for how difficult it was, I think I was extracting out there quite a lot from it. We just need to have a look and think we've lost quite a bit of performance in high altitude. But we need to see, because I think it's just a one-off. The altitude shouldn't affect us in terms of cornering speed. So my guess is maybe something's going on with the tires and probably also the engine. I think altitude for the engine is not going exactly how we wanted. We knew before coming here we were going to need to take some compromises. And then the tires and the car over curbs and the bumps was just difficult." Ferrari were the third best and finished 58 seconds behind the leader at the Mexican Grand Prix. That was Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen boycotted Sky Sports at the Mexican Grand Prix, saying it was about the constant disrespect. Max had issue with the comments made by pit reporter Ted Kravitz at the US Grand Prix in Austin. He used the words robbed when describing Lewis Hamilton losing the title in the 2021 season. Max had to say, "It has nothing to do with this weekend, but this year it has been a constant. Yeah, kind of like daily being disrespectful, especially one particular person. And it's enough. I don't accept it. You can't live in the past. You have to move on. Social media is a very toxic place. And if you are constantly being like that live on TV, you make it only worse instead of trying to make it better. You keep disrespecting me, and at one point I'm not tolerating it anymore. That's why I decided to stop answering them." Christian Horner went on to add, "There needs to be a balance in the commentary. Some of the commentary is excellent, but some of the pieces, there's too much sensationalism being done. We stand together as a team. I think the accusation of championships being robbed is something that we don't feel is an impartial commentary," said Horner. "That is, we don't feel in any way fair or balanced. Max was very upset about it, and as a team, we support him fully." I have to agree slightly with Red Bull and Max. Honestly, this happens a lot. Sky Sports is a British company, and sometimes British media companies, when their countryman is involved in a sport, they're going to ride for their countryman no matter what. Max won according to the rules, and a year later, they're still talking about it. As a news organization, they're supposed to be impartial. Max not talking to them? Well, you're still bringing up a championship decided a year ago. Stoffel Vandoorne joined Aston Martin as a reserve driver. He drove for McLaren from 2016 to 2019, and he's the 2021-22 Formula E champion. He said he will be partnered with Fernando Alonso, and he said, "I've watched with great interest how a team has developed and expanded operationally, and I know how incredibly determined it is to make progress in every area. Joining Fernando, who I already known from my F1 racing career, and Lance, to help them develop and improve next year's car will be a terrific job, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge and reward of working together with the whole organization at Silverstone." He leaves the Mercedes development team along with fellow reserve driver Nick De Vries, who moved to AlphaTauri. Formula 1 is discussing a winter shutdown. F1 currently has a 2-week shutdown during the summer break. That is part of the regulations, ensuring staff get time off through the busy season by making teams pause their operations. F1 Sporting Advisory Committee has proposed a winter shutdown. Teams usually are off for Christmas and part of the winter, but there's no requirement for them to shut down. Toto Wolff said, "There are many of us team principals that would like to replicate what we have in the summer, at least starting at Christmas and going into the new year for 2 weeks. Obviously, it's still for discussion, but they're a positive indication for the well-being of the people. This is a good thing. Teams work hard and they're constantly flying around the world being away from their family and friends. In 2015, there were 19 races. Now there's 22 races, and in 2023, there's 24 races. So it's understandable to give the team some time off. As fans, we do love the races every year and more races, but it does put a strain on the team, the drivers, mechanics, backroom, technical, and administrative staff. So let's see what the future holds for the teams." F1 designer Mauro Forghieri dies at 87. He was a technical chief of Ferrari from 1962 to 1984. He helped create some iconic designs such as the V8 Ferrari 158, which won Formula 1 in '64, and the 312 series. He was there assisting Ferrari, winning championships, helping Niki Lauda and Jody Scheckter to win championships. He left Ferrari in 1987 and joined Lamborghini, where he worked on their V12 engine from 1989 and 1990. Rest in peace, Mario. F1 will lower tire blanket temperatures. For 2023, tire temperature warmers will go from 70 degrees to 50 degrees, and F1 will remove tire warmers for the entirety for the 2024 season. Max Verstappen was quoted as saying there will lead to a lot more crashes, and Lando Norris thought it would lead to more shunting. Pirelli did a tire test in Mexico by the 70 degrees for 2 hours instead of the regular 3-hour mark. Pirelli apparently discovered that the change actually used less energy overall and would soothe the driver's concerns at the time. Pirelli Motorsport boss Mario Isola then explained that while for 2024 the plan is still to not have the tire blanket, for next year the investigation of our analysis said that if you warm tires at 70 degrees Celsius for 2 hours and not for 3 hours, you save more energy than the blankets at 50 degrees Celsius for 3 hours. Because this is the period of the blanket that is used a lot more energy, it's like the oven at home. So if you switch it on, you have to have the first phase where you go up to the required temperature, then it's stabilized. But to keep the temperature at the level you want, you need to use energy. So that's the point. Why not provide the additional challenge to drivers? They already removed refueling, and tire warmers were used in the beginning of the 1980s or in the 1980s. And without using them, maybe it'll make the field more competitive. The drivers are professional and could get used to the new conditions. Francesco Bagnaia says he's not relaxed ahead of the MotoGP deciding race in Valencia, Spain. This weekend is the last weekend of the MotoGP season. If Francesco Bagnaia finishes 14th or better, he wins the title. If Fabio Quartararo finishes ahead of him, 14th or better, or if Pecco DNFs during the race, Fabio Quartararo wins the title. What Pecco had to say? No, sincerely no. There is still a possibility. We have to keep pushing. It is very important to be intelligent, to be smart this weekend, because it's true that we're in a better place compared to Fabio, but we have to finish the job. So maximum of the concentration. I try to be focused on the weekend like always, trying to finish with the maximum possible. This track is quite good for us. The bike of this year is so competitive in terms of handling, so I think we did an improvement compared to last year. But we know MotoGP is full of surprise, so something can always happen. But our main objective, we will work like always, trying to be competitive like always, and fight for top position if we have the possibility. Big race tomorrow in Valencia, Spain. This could be an incredible year for Ducati if Pecco wins the title. They've already won the constructor title in MotoGP this year. If he wins the title, it will be a complete season for Ducati, as they would have won the championship as a rider, and the team has already won the constructor championship. So it'll be interesting. We will definitely be having videos. More videos to come. We're doing a versus video will drop today, which will be Fabio Quartararo versus Francesco Bagnaia. Just a few details up to the race tomorrow, a little versus video. Also, we'll be doing a video of the Valencia Grand Prix after the race tomorrow. So more racing videos to come on the channel. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be bringing you more racing videos and videos about the racing world. Redbet signing off.